Australia, this is a history lesson that you all need. Brought to you from me, Karen Brewer.
Now, well before we had a constitution, we've always had Freemason orders. You see, Freemasons are actually a militia army within. And they're all part of these orders. Order of Bath, Order of the British Empire, Order of St. Michael and St. George, and they go down and down and down. Now this is from the Australian Federal Parliament Parliamentary Handbook, where you can find all the list of these initials, and it tells you what order they belong to, okay? And this is very important because all the people that sit in our parliaments, our judiciary, our media, academia, business, health, science, all the prominent people, all arise from families that have people in their families with these initials. Now that's not a coincidence, that's a network. So let's see how the Masons spin their web. 46 years before the Australian Constitution was even written, this was the first piece of formal legislation in Australia regarding schooling. Couple of alarming things about this, but let's begin. Whereas it is deemed expedient for the better advancement of religion. Isn't that odd that religion got top billing? Religion and morality. Morality. And these people cover up for child rapists. Anyway. And the promotion of useful knowledge. Useful knowledge. Useful to who? Alarming, isn't it? Then we come down to this, where it says here, trustees of a grammar school, there shall be nominated and appointed by the governor with the advice of his executive council, a body of trustees. Now, the executive council is your parliamentary cabinet ministers. Now, your governor is responsible for appointing the executive council. And now, as it turns out, the governor is responsible for the board of trustees for these schools. Now, I'll give you a little tip. Freemason schools can be both public and private. Always look at the school badge and the notable alumni list from those schools. So that's how they stitched it up, as to how they get chosen and certified. Now we'll have a look at the Australian Constitution, which was written 46 years after this, and you'll see why this school legislation was so important in when they spun the Masonic web. Now, boys and girls, this is the Australian Constitution. This is the original. So let's go and have a look. Part 2, the Senate. Point 7. The senators shall be chosen for a term of 6 years, and the names of the senators chosen for each state shall be certified by the governor to the Governor-General. Right. So senators have to be chosen and certified by the state governor to the Governor-General. Isn't that alarming? Okay. Point 15, last sentence of the Constitution. The name of any senator so chosen or appointed shall be certified by the governor of the state to the Governor-General. And after many, many years of research, I can answer the question that naturally is the next one you'd ask is, how does the governor choose and certify? Well, you've got to be a Freemason connected individual and educated at a Freemason de Morlaix school. Now that's for the Senate. What about the House of Representatives? Point 16. The qualifications of a senator shall be the same as those of a member of the House of Representatives. Now that's cleverly worded Freemason backspeak, isn't it? Because what they're telling you there is that the members for the House of Representatives must also be chosen, appointed and certified by the Governor of the state to the Governor-General. The only people we've ever had sitting in our parliaments, our courts, our bureaucracies, are all people connected to the Freemason network of filth. Anzac, I think we've got a problem. We better have a look at what the roles and duties are of these Governor-Generals and the governors of the state. Yes, let's take a look. Letters patent, created by the monarch known as Queen Victoria, to create the role of the Governor-General of Australia. And it says here, letters patent issued by Queen Victoria, 29th of October 1900, creating the office of the Governor-General of Australia as part of the Federation process. You can download a transcript of what this document says at this link here, okay, which I've done. You'll find it posted many times on my Telegram channel, okay. And the bit I want you to focus on here is point 4. So let's read it together, boys and girls. The Governor-General, so far as we ourselves lawfully may, upon sufficient cause to him appearing, may remove from his office or suspend from the exercise of same any person exercising any office of our said Commonwealth, under or by virtue of any commission or warrant granted, or which may be granted by us in our name or under our authority. So, the position of Governor-General was created under the authority of Queen Victoria and her successors. So the position continues to operate under her successors. And what this little phrase here says is the Governor-General, upon sufficient cause to him appearing. Appearing means you actually physically have to front up and give the governor an instruction. The governor may remove from his office or suspend from the exercise of same. You see, folks, the Governor-General appoints every judge federally, all the federal politicians. He's responsible for all the bureaucracies. So your federal police, government, health, all bureaucrats. And your Governor-General has the power to remove any bureaucrat upon sufficient cause to him appearing. That's the loophole, folks. You've actually got to front up and give the governor an instruction, a verbal instruction. He's quite within his rights to ignore every petition or every letter, because what you are required to do is appearing. upon sufficient cause to him appearing. Now, I should say, boys and girls, I bet you a few thousand of us appearing at your governor's gate is going to get him to action those reserve powers and remove a few people, like those politicians, and give them an instruction to issue the writs for a fresh election. And of course, we want all the documents Senator Heffernan produced to the Royal Commission released to the people unredacted. And we can get that as soon as you people decide that you are going to appear before him and make him remove from his office all those politicians and issue the writs for a fresh election so we can get average Joe sitting in the Parliament. Anyway, I'll put the links in the comment, but I do hope we have sufficiently now defined the word appearing. Yes, folks, you actually have to front up. Bye. So there you go, folks. That's how they're chosen and certified by your state governor to the Governor-General. Every politician, every judge, every prominent person, academia, science, medicine, the whole lot, okay? That's the history. That's the history lesson that everybody needs. Believe me, ignorance is not bliss. And they want you ignorant, you know. I mean, you've only got to refer to the Sydney Grammar Schools Act where it says the promotion of useful knowledge. Of course, the only people chosen and certified by state governors and the Governor-General are those people that arise out of a Freemason school, which can be both public and private. Always look at the school badge of a school and then have a look at the notable alumni list from that school. They can be both public and private. But that's how they spun the Masonic web from way before we had a constitution. And that Masonic militia army of Freemason filth still control everything to this day. There is a reason for those Masonic lodges in every district and across every land on the planet. And those people do great harm to average Joes. And they've got their plants and operatives in every district, right around the planet, okay? Now, I'm going to address this to all those people that'll leave a comment that goes, oh, what about this politician? Or, oh, what about that politician? Well, I've just shown you. The Australian Constitution tells you straight up they are chosen, certified by your state governor. All of them, always. Okay, that's the network. There are no exceptions to the rule. They're all Mason connected. Now, folks, I can tell you something for sure and for certain. Ignorance is not bliss. And these people mean you great harm. But the safety brake inside a constitutional monarchy is that you must appear before your governors and give them the instruction. So with respect to all those people that at the moment are spellbound by these so-called freedom leaders who lead you nowhere except up the garden path. And it's time you confront that truth, because you've danced to their bullshit now for years. I know it's disappointing to realise these people are liars and frauds, but they are. And the sooner you face that fact, the sooner you stand before your state governors and your Governor-General, the sooner we can all participate in cleaning up this Freemason shit show. You'll find the PDF of all these documents and all the links to all the government websites where you get these documents from on my Telegram channel, which is Karen Brewer Bush Telegraph News, where you'll also find my contact details if you want to have a chat or send me a message. I do answer everybody that messages me, unless, of course, you're abusive. I don't answer Masons. And I never speak to the mainstream media that don't even bother.
But ladies and gentlemen, what I've been telling you for years is true. And I am tired and heartbroken at watching my countrymen be deceived by these so-called freedom leaders. They're just playing you. They're part of the network that is protecting the governors. Anyway, I hope you've learnt something. I hope you hit share, and I hope very soon you're standing with me at the Governor's Gate, ready and prepared to clean up our own backyard.